isn't it? Oh, there you go.
Is it working? Are we live?
Yeah,
Are we?
we are. Yeah.
Welcome back to the Roaring Peacock podcast. My name is Adonis, and we talk about Leeds United, among other things, or we try to. Let's hope that the stream is working because several times
It hasn't.
it hasn't. It hasn't. So massive pod coming up. Lots of news to inform you about. We are working. I've just seen us. Leeds United are putting pressure on Leeds City Council to avoid delays in the approval of the stadium expansion. There are objections from Active Travel England and National Highways around the due diligence done by the club on transport.
Shock horror. Wow, who'd have thunk it?
The invite to Andrea Radrizzani for tomorrow has been withdrawn. So no more ads, unfortunately. It was Brendan Aronson's birthday yesterday.
Ooh.
I think he missed it, didn't he?
Fucked off, yeah, he did, yeah. Yeah, he fell over a lot.
I did see somebody say that he should be given this season off as a birthday present.
Amazing. Please.
Harry Gray signed a new contract. Well, his first professional contract. Burnley beat Leeds 2-0, which was fantastic. We'll look ahead to the West Ham game and all of the injuries to let you know about. So, as mentioned, my name's Adonis, and I'm at the Adelaites on Twitter. You can look me up if you want, and you can also look at Barney, because Barney's also on Twitter, at Barney LUFC 21 Barnes.
All right.
Somebody you can't see on Twitter is Big Mac. You and Metcalf Machiavelli, Big Mac. The dandy highwayman.
Yeah, well, as we're on transport and highways England, let's fucking go down the highwayman and robbing the...
I nearly ran out of breath saying all of your nicknames.
I know, exactly. I'm going to have a new one every week. That's my new thing. So, the dandy highwayman, robbing from the rich and giving to the poor every day.
Excellent. That is... I wouldn't tell anybody, any authority. If you still... Was it you in... What was it? The Louvre? You're not going to... Don't know what you're talking about.
Possibly comment. I got a lift off some guys in small boats coming back, so they couldn't track me. How's Twitter going, by the way? While we're on Twitter, how's Twitter going while we're on Twitter? I've obviously extricated myself from that fucking toxic cesspit, and I'd love to know how it's going.
That for you to have something else, it's absolutely wild.
It's literally not for you.
People don't even hide behind being racist anymore or anything. It's just wild. I still think it's like an Elon Musk experiment, and he's going to turn around in a couple of years' time and say, "See, I knew this would happen." He's just watching it from his ivory tower to see what's happening.
I think you're giving Musk way too much credit. I think it's
Probably.
Peter Thiel. I think.
Who's he?
Oh, the stream's shut down again.
Wait, hasn't it? It's still going.
Because I mentioned Peter Thiel. No, Twitter, it's awful. It's just a horrible...
but you keep staying on it. It's like heroin. It's it's a horrible drug, but you just can't stop taking it.
That's true,
come off it. It's horrible. Fucking stop it. Yeah, just get yourself off the fucker.
Invested too much. We've gone too far, Barney and I.
You haven't. Honestly, you can just literally... It'll be the greatest thing you've ever done. You'll feel like it's like cathartic when you come off it and you think, no more doom scrolling. I heard somebody describe scrolling on social media as the killer of dreams. You spend so much time doing that you don't, do other things that you should be doing and dream about what you could be doing and how successful you could be and what you could do with your children and your wife, whatever. But I'm really happy to be away from it. It's just, I feel like I'm sort of preaching to I'm at Alcoholics Anonymous meeting or something, preaching to two guys who just can't get off the booze. Anyway, I love the booze. Booze is fine.
Cheers.
Social media. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I hardly go on there anymore, as anybody who follows me will know.
That's what they all say. I only shoot up a couple of times a day now.
Classic. Well, should we start off with what's your thing then, seeing as though we want to transition from talking so much about Leeds United?
I would say, do we have to talk about Leeds United?
This is one of my things. So instead of Twitter, I've decided to start trying to read more. The Invisible Doctrine, The Secret History of Neoliberalism. I recommend reading. It's good. What can I say about that? It's better than being ignorant. Neoliberalism, really interesting. So far, it's a really good book. It's thin, very thin.
That's thick to me. That's really thick. I like
Yeah.
comics. I like comic thin. Yeah,
Bigger than the TV guide.
Any pictures?
Got pictures in the middle, yeah.
There's one on the front.
I mean, being dyslexic, that'd take me a year to read that.
Yeah. Shall I summarise it for you, man?
Yeah.
Yeah. You read it. You read it and then send it a one-page executive summary. That'd be amazing. Yeah.
Which I'll just get AI to do.
Yeah, there you go. Don't slag AI. I'll tell you what, AI's my new friend, man. I love well, not AI, but Copilot. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, what an invention that is.
Which is AI, right?
Yeah, well, it is. Yeah, I can't give away my secrets, but Jesus Christ, it's doing bits for me, as the kids say. I love it. I love it.
So they're talking about neoliberalism, and that's just a kind of it's sort of like a philosophy on capitalism, and they talk about it. They give a great example, which is Madeira. So I think it was 1420, the Portuguese colonized this little island that was uninhabited, and it's called Madeira, and that means just forest, basically, in Portuguese. But what they did was they went there and they deforested the forest island.
What's it called? What's it called now then? What's it mean now? Cake?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, piece of cake.
Yes.
It's an example of this sort of parasitic nature of capitalism that we have, where as humans we go to a place, we destroy everything. They didn't even pay. They got slaves, so they didn't even pay a workforce to do it. And everything is sort of guided towards making money, and I think that it's just whatever your aim is, that's where you'll get to. And so if our main aim is to destroy the planet for money, then that's exactly what we'll do. Or you know what I mean? If you make money, then you'll take it to the utter extreme. Or let's say you want to create a state based on a religion. Just a random example. But if that's your intention, then you might do anything to make that happen, sort of thing. So it's a really good book. That was my thing.
You'll reap what you sow, exactly.
Yeah.
Sounds deep, Donny. What were you going to talk about, Barney? Let's bring it down a level or three.
I feel attacked. What's my thing? What is my thing? I've actually started watching modern stuff actually on Netflix.
No.
I know.
Ed Gein.
Not
that again.
Yeah,
I'm going to come on to that.
That is just grim. Really grim.
You've seen it all now?
It's grim. But the ending.
You can't stop watching it though, can you?
No.
It's one of them where you think I should be watching.
I've had some bad thoughts watching it. And I was like, no, I shouldn't be thinking that.
I'm worried now.
But the ending, it actually makes you think a little bit. I won't spoil it if people not watched it. It actually makes you think about him a little bit more than just a monster, really. And also the Charlie Sheen documentary on Netflix is really good. How he's still alive, I do not know.
Right, yeah, I haven't seen that yet. I do remember you telling. So have you watched anything apart from Charlie Sheen and Ed Gein?
Catching up on Bullseye again.
Bullseye. Oh. that's too modern. So you've dipped into modernity with fucking Ed Gein. And now you're back to Bullseye. Brilliant. Brilliant. I've tried modernity. It was awful. Necrophilia and all sorts.
Last night, some of the prizes you just think that's talking about capitalism, really. I mean, some of the prizes it was a microwave last night, a dishwasher, and a fridge, and you just think people just go out and buy that now. If you won that 30 odd years ago, that's a good prize. You probably would have had to go. Yeah. Would it be Rumbelows you used to rent from?
Rumbelows, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You would have to rent a fridge and a dishwasher and stuff, wouldn't you? I mean, you probably didn't have a dishwasher.
Radio rentals.
Wasn't the Rumbelows sponsor one of the cups as well at one point? Wasn't it the Rumbelows?
Rumbelows Cup, yeah, the League Cup, wasn't it? Because that was my first ever Leeds game, Rumbelows Cup, and Davy Batty scored.
Jesus, there is an event.
Wow. Your first game?
First ever game.
The rare spotted Batty goal, 8-ball alley. I do reading now, but I chest. I read sci-fi audiobooks on YouTube. There we go. Reading the airwaves. Macca.
What's your thing? I was going to touch on Ed Gein because obviously it's fucking absolutely mental, and you just watch it thinking, probably shouldn't be watching this. I sort of compare it to,
or at least I shouldn't be taking notes.
Yeah, I shouldn't be sort of copiously
enjoying it.
Putting notes into my notes on my phone. No, it's nuts, isn't it? And that actor, man, that what's he called? Oh my God, I'm terrible with names. But the guy out of The Gentleman, the Geordie guy, he's unbelievable. I mean, the worst thing about him is he was in Green Street and he was absolutely awful, and I just wrote him off as an actor from there. And then he's done some amazing work since. But yeah, he's just such a great actor. Slow and steady.
Charlie Hunman.
Charlie Hunman, that's the guy, yeah. What an amazing thing. And then I've sort of subsequently gone on a bit of a wormhole of watching the documentary about him just to see how real the story is to what actually happened. And it's like, tragically, almost word for word. Yeah. So it's like, my God. And you think about that village where he lived, Plainsdean, whatever it's called, Plainsfield. It's like, there was 940 people live there. How do you not know? What the fuck's going on? It's not like a big conurbation where there's millions of people and stuff can go under the radar. It's crazy. So yeah, I've been watching that. Me and my missus sort of cringe and kind of go to bed feeling quite dirty, like not in that way. Like we need a shower before we get in bed because we've been watching Ed Gein back to back 2 episodes.
And then you come through the door with a mask on saying boo.
yeah. Wait in bed with a skin suit on. It's like it's compelling. It's compelling. That's the best word to whether you're sort of cringing your way through it, and you look at all the kind of movies that it's inspired. Some of the most sort of iconic of their generation. So like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Silence of the Lambs, The Psycho. It's just stunning. It's like can't watch it. Should be watching it. Peeking through the curtains, sort of thing. Need to watch it. Can't stop watching it. It's great. It plays with your emotions. I think it's really clever. Really, really clever the way it's been done. He's like, you don't want to watch him, but you can't stop watching him, kind of thing. I mean, that's the best telly, isn't it? Unbelievable. Yeah,
I thought the rhythm and the pace of it was really, really good.
Superb. And now it kept going to that cartoon, that the bitch of the guy, the girl who was sort of Buckenheim and whatever. Yeah. And you kind of didn't know what was real or not, and then go into the Alfred Hitchcock bit and the Psycho film, and just played with your mind and your emotions, and yeah, it was really, really good. And just add to the telly bit. Not a young band, but I've been listening a lot to a band called. I went to watch them at the Broodnell. I got an invite up there to watch a band called Sons of Severe, and it's actually the son of a mate of ours, Dean, who used to run a pub in Pontefract. They're from Featherstone, and you wouldn't know it listening to the music. So they spend a lot of time in Andalusia and in Sevilla and a lot of time in Featherstone, funnily enough. But the music, it's probably not for everybody. I think Barney probably won't like it. I'm going to go out on a limb. But yeah, proper cool. Really cool. So I've been listening to a lot of Sons of Severe recently as well.
What genre?
I'd say like probably a more chilled out Krangbin, so sort of guitar-y, bassy, sort of quite chilled out, sort of what you would get if you got a lad who was brought up in Featherstone, Pontefract area, who lives in Sevilla a lot. Proper mixed up, just nice, lovely like background music when you're chilling out and stuff. Lovely. Give them a listen, good boys.
So no screaming, no sort of
Screaming,
sort of anger.
No. I was brought with the wolves. Fucking kill me now. I'm deaf. I'm on the road to hell. The lights are on green. Nonsense. It's all that. None of that. Just nice and chilled out.
I'm seeing a band soon at Brunel's. They're called Get Down Services.
Oh yeah.
Okay. They're not a band that I usually listen to, but my uncle says, "Oh, I'm going to go with my uncle and the
Uncle John."
Yeah, Uncle John. Yeah.
Fucking love Uncle John. You know he's in my phone as Uncle John, and people keep saying, "Who the fuck's is this? Some secret family that we don't know about?" He rung me the other week, and it was like my brother sat to one side of me, like I think it was my dad sat the other side. It was like Uncle John, and they were like, "We have got an Uncle John from Liverpool, actually, but he passed away a while ago." And they were like, "Whoa, call from beyond the grave." No, it's not that John. It's another John. What? You got a secret
Hello,
family?
Ewan.
Yeah,
it's
Uncle
warm down. It's quite warm down here.
Yeah, Uncle John. Yeah, I love Uncle John. Anyway, go on. Sorry, Banner.
Yeah, they did Glastonbury this year. My uncle said, "I'll give these a watch. We'll go watch them." Seem all right actually. Just two lads singing together.
Oh yeah.
Give Uncle John my regards.
A cappella.
No, they play instruments as well.
Dog dribble, apparently.
It's good.
That's a song. Dog dribble.
Yeah.
Their debut album Crisps was released on November 9th, 2023 by Breakfast Records.
Superb.
Excellent.
That's why Barney likes a lot of food going on there.
There's a lot of food going on there. It's even making the dog dribble. Yeah.
Indeed.
Rightio. So, should we talk about Leeds briefly then?
I would say no. Can we call it a day?
Yeah.
We said we need to stick to time, so that's 17 and a half minutes is bang on, I reckon.
54 shots, 1 point in the last 3 games. Burnley 2, Leeds 0. Barnes, do you want to shed some light and positivity on this match review?
I've only watched the highlights because I was actually one of the worst things in life is moving, but actually helping someone else to move. So I was helping some relatives move, so I was keeping an eye on the score. But
you get a beer out of it at least.
I got 4 beers out of it, which is good in the end.
There you go.
But you know when you help someone out, you think, right, see you later. Then you walk away and think, fucking hell, there's a hell of a lot to do there still, but not my problem. See you later.
Right, I've got to go now. I've got
bye.
Thing.
Barney with his 4 Carlins walking out of the house. See you later. Ta-da. Cheers for beers.
He's only been here 20 minutes.
Yeah. Literally got out of the van and brought a fucking chest of drawers out with him and he's fucked off.
But it just seemed like one of those typical Farker sort of games where you just know you're not going to win it. You can pass the ball as much as you want, pass it back and forth around the box, and it's just not going to work. And again, it's one of those, Burnley just gave us the ball and said, see what you can do with it. And sometimes we can't do that against teams that want to play in a low block. But didn't they play 5 at the back as well?
I don't know. No. They switched to a back 4 for the first time this season.
Right. Okay. So it's just one of those games where
a lot's happened since then.
It was just not going to work. And if this was a game that's towards the end of the season where you needed a win, I'd be disappointed. But it's still too early in the season to lose your shit over it. But it's one of those games where you look back at the other games where we've lost, where we should have won, and it would have been a different story if we lost this game, beaten Spurs, different story. But it's about taking our chances, and you've got to take your chances in the Premier League because they're very few between. So I think that's the sort of thing we need to look at is score a goal. Basically, that's the in-depth analysis you need from me. Just score a goal.
Just score a goal. This is Paddy's motivational pre-game team chat.
Fuck your XG, just score a goal. There you go.
Right, he puts to bed the usefulness of XG, doesn't it? Because I mean, if you look at the stats on that game and others we've played in, the only stat that matters is how many goals did we score compared to them. And yeah, I think the disappointing thing for me is that for a number of games this season, we should have scored more than we did, and we should have conceded less. So, XG or not, you kind of look at games and think, I think we've all known. I think the defence is. We expected Perry to be better and hold that shirt and dominate that position. I'm not suggesting Darlow's not done really well. I just think he lacks concentration. If stuff goes past him, I think he's like Paul Robinson. So Paul Robinson was a keeper that kind of on paper and kind of when he started was brilliant, and he had games where he was outstanding. But there were times where stuff went past him that shouldn't have done, and Darlow's a bit like that. So you're kind of disappointed that Perry's not come in and really owned that number. I know he got injured and stuff as well, but even before that, he didn't look great. He wasn't stopping stuff. There was distributions poor. And then up top, I mean, listen, we all knew, didn't we? We knew that there hadn't been enough investment up top. Okafor's injury prone. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's injury prone. He's not a prolific goal scorer. I do like him up there, but I think we've got to find a way, if we can, and I know it's difficult, to have him and Pirro at the moment with the current playing squad on the pitch at the same time, because I just think Pirro will prosper massively from the stuff that he wins, and he will play off him really well and pick stuff up and maybe create stuff and score a few goals. At the moment, nobody's playing off Calvert-Lewin. He's winning stuff, he's knocking stuff down, he's holding it up, but there's nobody there now. I'm conscious that no Okafor, no James, no Nonto, that will massively help, but it just looks devoid of any kind of threat. And when you lack threat in that division, you get beat. It's that simple. And I think we're probably 5 points off par at the moment. We probably should have beat Bournemouth, no question at all. Should have drawn with Fulham, and we shouldn't have got beat by Burnley anywhere. Their team compared to ours, I don't think is anywhere near as good. But we looked just devoid of idea. Once they got that early goal, they just went, like Barney said, come and break us down, and we just didn't look. Could have played till next week and not scored.
Yeah, I think 50 seconds in. I mean, probably when you look at the lineup and you realise Okafor's out, so who's coming in? Well, he's probably going to pick Harrison.
Yeah.
And then you look at that lineup and you look at the front three and you go Harrison, DCL, Aronson, and just think, is that the most ineffective, inefficient in terms of attack, in terms of goals, front three in the Premier League at the moment? Like, over their careers combined, they should have had at least 22 goals more. And that's the stats that I looked at this week. But it's 18.4, I think, for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. So those statistics, I know we say XG is fuck it or whatever, and it's the goals that matter. But I would say that it's conservative, if anything. Because when I look at DCL, I think he probably should have already had 4 goals for us.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
like,
easily.
At least. He's been in those situations where he's been one-on-one. And he's sort of like, you'd be able to tell me, Mac, because you golf. But there's, it's like he takes a driver, one of those big, heavy clubs that you see. I'm talking your language now.
I love it. It's infectious, isn't it? It's infectious.
That you use to hit it a long way, right?
Yeah.
But he's using that on the green when he should be getting the putter out. When he's one-on-one, he absolutely wedges it with this sort of stick of meat for a foot, and it just every single time it flies over the
meat stick. We're back to meat stick. The first ever podcast I did, we talked about meat sticks. So we're back again. Yeah. No, I think you're right. I think you're right. I think that subtlety around the box and that kind of, caressing the ball at net, passing it in, whatever you want to call it. He ain't doing it. I can't remember, was it Tottenham or Bournemouth when he got that chance where somebody gave him the ball on the edge of the area and it went into like halfway up the south stand. I mean, it's just poor. I think you're right. I think he should be on 3, 4, 5 goals easily already. He's had some great chances. I think he's a bit rusty. It looks like he's trying to add, and that might explain what you're saying, that he's trying to whack everything in and go, look, I'm back. I finished that in the top corner rather than just, I don't care how he finishes it. If it trickles in past the keeper, if he puts it through his legs, if it goes near post, I don't care. He just needs to start hitting the target and hitting it, like you say, with the right finish, because that's what we're paying him for. And I do like the way he works around the box. I like the way he's winning stuff. I love his effort. I like that kind of meanness. That kind of, he keeps pulling these faces like he's he wants to hurt people. Like he enjoys when he smashes into somebody. But I just put the ball in the net.
Yeah, and I think it was 50 seconds into the game. I think he wins a header. He flicks it on, right? I think it's a long ball from the back. We're in transition. We're doing a counter attack. He flicks it on. That's great, brilliant. So the ball goes into space ahead of Aronson. So Aronson gets the ball. I think he's like 1 against 2, something like that. I mean, it's basically a 1-on-1. If he gets around that player, has a bit of speed, then he's in. Not that he'd be able to finish if he did get there, but he gets the ball and he slows it down and he slows it down and all their defenders come back and he doesn't know what to do and he has absolutely no idea, and then he twirls around a bit, runs around in circles chasing his tail a little bit, and then he passes it backwards or sideways, think to Bogle. It wasn't even a great pass. And like, this has been 3 years or that's, he did piss off to Union Berlin at some point.
The first opportunity he could get, when we got relegated,
But Harrison's got worse. I mean, Harrison's best, if you look at his stats as well.
He was great. He was great for us when in the Premier League last time round. It was fantastic.
He was, and he overperformed his expected goals, and he did quite well under Bielsa. The first 2 seasons back in the Premier League, he did well. He's regressed. He's got worse.
He never played under Bielsa, though, did he?
Harrison.
Oh, Harrison. Harrison.
Oh, no. Yeah. You're almost talking about the same person. That's the thing. Our names are nearly the same. Where they play is nearly the same. I mean, obviously, Harrison's got a better touch than Aronson, but they're both not good enough. And I think probably Harrison, I can kind of see why we might have played a lot of games, got experience at this level. But Aronson, I mean, it's part of the reason why PSR has become an issue is we haven't been able to move anybody on. So he should have been gone. Verba should have been gone. Melier should have been gone. And there's a number of players that would have brought in, apparently, a figure that would have given us a bit more to spend in the market. And we just, it's an illness. It's that incapacity to be able to move people out of the club for money. And everybody else seems to be able to do it, but we're fucking hopeless at it, And I've been for quite a while.
Maybe nobody wants to buy them.
Well, because of shit. But I mean, even you look at some of the players. I mean, I don't want to dig any players out that we bought, but there's players in there that I would like. Okafor's probably the example I'm trying to avoid, but hasn't done well at that kind of top level. He's been, his stats aren't great. Doesn't get a lot of game time. If you can pay money for, decent money for him, Melier's played nearly every game for 5 years as a young man, and surely has got better, and there must be a market where we can move him on and get some money. No, he's our third choice goalkeeper. It just drives me mad. How we can't develop players, but we can't also think now's the time to move him on. It's almost like and I don't want to talk about Man United, but Alex Ferguson was the best. You look at Ince and Hughes and people like that he moved on. Beckham. If you run your course. Yeah, really ruthless, and there's no room for sentiment in this game at all. And I think we're not. Melier should have gone ages ago when he probably did have a value. Just hang on to people for far too long. Very inactive.
It's difficult though, isn't it? Because a lot of these players, they've got potential, but then so you're thinking about their value being a question mark in the future, right? So if
Possibly,
they
yeah.
get better, because a lot of players do get better, especially young ones, if you can develop that talent and they get better, then you can sell them for big money in the way that we did with Somerville or Archie Gray, for example. Somerville's probably Archie's not a great example because he seemed to be incredible from the very first moment he stepped on a football pitch, probably even since he saw a ball when he was 3 years old in the Gray household. But Somerville was different, right? Because Somerville had some real issues with his game that we straightened out. We helped him grow and improve, and we sold him for big money. So it does happen occasionally. But my issue, I don't like necessarily to dig players out, but when I get so frustrated after years and years of these players who are they've got exactly the same problems and nobody's fixed it and nobody can fix it, and going to Everton doesn't help, and going to Germany doesn't help, and coming from Everton it won't help either, because that front three, they're not going to change. Harrison, to me, he looks like a MSL player. Is that what they're called? He looks like he needs to go. He'd be great in America. Fantastic. They'd love him over there.
Well, even Saudi, these sort of Middle Eastern leagues now. What is it?
That's where Calvert-Lewin should have been. Calvert-Lewin should have gone to Saudi Arabia.
Mellier. Surely we can get a load of money for Mellier at Saudi Arabia. We can get money for Harrison. We can get money for Aronson. Everybody's going out there. Mitrovic. Any of these players. I know he's a different proposition, but older players who are almost finished at this level.
Ivan Toney wants to come back. Ivan Toney wants to come back. And
sign him up.
West Ham are already in this. We need him.
West Ham, Jesus Christ! If West Ham are more of a draw than us at the moment, then we are fucked. I mean, I think some of these players, it's a bit like Somerville in it, and others. I can't remember the player that chose somebody over us. I think there's this big thing, particularly from foreign players, that London's the only place to live and play in England, which is really short-sighted. I mean, who wants to live in London these days? But yeah, it's nuts. It's how we can't sign more, attract better players, and how we can't move players on. For me, is just crazy. But we're going to go over all ground here, aren't we? In danger of going over all.
Right, Barnes. I'll get on to you in a second. We'll just read some comments. When teams sit back, you need a Ramazani to open up opportunities. Well, you need somebody there to finish as well. But I absolutely agree, Ali. DCL is built for playing like Shearer and Sutton with knockdowns for your strike partner to feed off. Yeah. Front two. Get Piru on the pitch. Piru is our best. He's probably the only finisher at the club. If you look through the squad, who is going to... What 20-goal a season player is there? Piru, that's it. Maybe Harry Gray. The only player likely to take on strikes first touch from DCL knockdown seems to be Longstaff. He isn't bad. Roger Slicker or Rogers Liquor.
It's fine.
If that's your real name, I'm sorry for laughing at it and thinking that it was a joke. If Leeds don't win Friday, Farker is seriously under the spotlight. I don't fancy his chances beyond January. Too rigid, not flexible, and one-dimensional. We'll just get rid of that. Barnes, what do you think? Daniel Farker, is he in trouble? Or do we have fantastic statistics and we just don't have the quality players to finish off those chances that we're creating?
I think it's still too soon to say. A lot of people compared to how it happened. I mean, we've said this before, how it worked out at Norwich, but Norwich never really backed him whatsoever. At least the ownership has backed him with the players, and there's actual sort of structure there, what we want to do in the first season with the players we brought in. I mean, prime example, if you look at the players that West Ham have brought in over the last few transfer windows, some of them just simply aren't good enough. they're not strong enough to play in the Premier League. When I saw them play against Brentford on Monday, you literally they were just going straight through them all the time, and even Nuno Santos actually changed some of the players around to play in different positions. Is that a sign of a manager trusting the squad that he's inherited, or a manager thinking, I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to do what I've done at other teams, because there's no structure there. They don't have a director of football. They've been playing in that ground for so long that it's probably ended up being a ground that's probably stifled the team's progression, because it's not a football ground, it's an athletics ground as well. They always want to go for some shiny coach that plays attractive football. Why they got rid of David Moyes, I do not know. After winning
but can I just give some context here? Barney absolutely hates West Ham.
I do. I absolutely hate him.
Despises.
He hates Newcastle. He hates West Ham. Yeah.
Ever since I've been a kid, I've hated them. Don't know why.
Why though? Why?
There's something about them I don't like.
This is such a nothing team.
I just think, like we used to have a few run-ins with West Ham back in the day, but proper club, the Boleyn Ground, Upton Park, amazing, like really, just proper football ground. When you meet them when you're away and stuff, like we boxing in New York or whatever, we bumped in a few West Ham, always sound respectful of Leeds, great kit, great footballers over the years. I don't know why you can.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I think it's because they've got the fans have got a real chip on their shoulder, and they think that
we haven't.
Like the years, they always go back. And then again, it's like Leeds fans; they always go back a decade how good they were and stuff. I've just never liked them. Never liked them.
Like Cockney Leeds. That's why I like them. They're like Cockney Leeds fans. It's just the same. Going about the past, we should play a certain way. We were great back then. Yeah, fucking hell. They're just like us, but speak funny. Yeah.
No, but I think it's far too soon to say Farke should be going. But I mean, we're all let's be honest. If it carries on like this, he's not going to be here by the end of the season. Because I think that squad is good enough to at least challenge for at least, I don't know,
Champions League.
Bottom half of the table.
I think it's this whole narrative about Farke out, right? To me personally, this is my opinion, right? I think you're mad. I think you're insane if you want Farke out. I think it's just insanity, right? He is, he's a lot of things, but he's a little bit boring, and he's a little bit pragmatic and focused on efficiency. And he builds from a solid defense and sets out his stall like that. And then his tactics work, and blocking the middle of the park, that works. We've tried madness. We've had insanity. We've had the two people who are the most insane people at the opposite ends of the spectrum of competency we have had in a row. Bielsa, this maverick all-out attack, it's all or nothing. It wouldn't surprise me. It surprises me that he's not on drugs. And then right afterwards, Jesse Marsh, it's just the complete, like, having a nervous sort of melt. It's like 4 a.m., right? You're at some crack den, and you've been up for 3 days, and you go, oh, I've seen the future. I know how football could be. And that's Jesse Marsh's philosophy on football. So we've had utter madness, and now with Farke, we've got efficient pragmatism, and his system works. It works. Look at the statistics. There's only 2 teams in the Premier League that have a better shot differential in the last 3 games than Leeds United, right? That's shots taken minus shots faced, and they are Manchester.
How many points did we get in the last 3 games?
That's Manchester City and Arsenal, right? And what he said at the end of the transfer window was, we need one or two more quality attackers at this level to compete. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to compete. And we didn't bring anybody in. And now we've got all these injuries. With the freebie, Okafor, the surprise of the century, getting injured. Like, injury list as long as, you have to unscroll it, like one of those ancient scrolls. Playing Aronson and Harrison and Calvert-Lewin. That was never a good idea, but who else is he going to play? So these are the tools that we've given him.
I agree. And that's on the board, and we've said that for ages. I think Farke's onto a loser, and the easiest thing to do is sack the manager. He's not getting the results. He's not getting the performances. I think the criticism of Farke I would have would be, Beal is probably... I don't know what the kid's done wrong. I don't know what he's doing wrong in training. Ramazani, I don't know what he did wrong. Looked like he'll be a difference maker at any level.
For us, people keep going about Ramazani. I don't think that he would be the answer in the Premier League, if I'm honest. He doesn't.
But is he better to have as an option than Aronson? Is he better to have as an option than Harrison?
I think personally,
100%.
For Aronson, yeah. But I think the all-round game is that with Ramazani, great going forward, but was shit at trying to track back and defend.
But we don't need that. We don't need somebody who's good at tracking back and defending. We've got that. We've got three destroyers in midfield now. We haven't got a creative midfielder in there. You've got You've got Longstaff, who arguably as an 8, he can get forward, he can score goals, but he's not a creative genius, and he's not going to unlock defences, right? You've got Ampadu, who's exactly the same. And you've got Stack, who's the same. In fact, I'd argue Stack's probably the worst of those midfielders on the ball, other than some unbelievable strikes that he has, and I don't think he's great. I think he's got a lot to do yet. So you've got 3 there. You've got Goodmanson, who's great up and down. You've got Bogle, who's up and down on the wings, right? But you've basically got 5 in the middle of the pitch, which is what Doni's saying, to close that middle of the pitch off. You've got Rodon, Strike, and 3 pretty much defensive stroke destroyer midfielders in there. I don't care if Ramazani works back up and down, whatever. I want somebody that as an outball, who can get the ball and do something and open it up. And I just think I'm not saying he would start every week, but you look what he did when he came on. He didn't get a lot of a chance in the Championship. Let's be honest, he's better than the Championship. And that's my criticism of Farke, is I don't think, if he doesn't fancy her, there's no way back. And I just think that Beal, we've spent a lot of money on Beal coming in. He was going to be this... He's played in a very defensive and a very organised league for the last 2 or 3 years, and he's not getting a sniff. And that'd be my greatest criticism of Farke, is I think that if you don't fancy her, if he's got his favourites, I think Strike's look really slow in this division. I don't dislike Strike. I think he's a good player. But he's a bit like Darlow, where things are going past him, things are deflecting off him, rather than he's getting blocks in, which I just think, why didn't he bring Beal in the last few minutes against Bournemouth?
I mean, I'll say it again, right? We've conceded.
He brought Tanaka on, and he lost the ball.
The shots made, the shot difference. So the shot made minus shots faced. We're third, right? So I think that defensively we've done really well. It's only been, what was it? Freak own goal at Fulham. Fucking
2 deflected goals at Spurs.
And the Strike was doing the right thing there, trying to block it. Most of the time it goes out for a corner or whatever. The thing with Beal is we don't know how good he would be, or whether he would do different things. Anybody could block. Anybody could go for a block and it deflects in. Anyone.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I don't think we've done that. I don't think we've done that badly in defence. Actually, I think we're doing really well, and especially if you compare this team and how they're playing to the relegation side or the season before, or even our first season back in the Premier League. We only finished 9th because of Bielsa, let's face it, and he was squeezing everything he could out of those players. I think we do have a much better squad. I don't know. I understand we don't know how good Beal could be. He could be a lot better. But the thing is, Strauch and Rodon, they know each other, and that's half the battle. Sometimes is like chemistry and knowing each other at this level, because you've got half a second on the ball to play it. So you need to know those patterns. I think Strauch's done well. I don't think he's done badly enough to be like, getting the pitchforks out for Be-all. I think I'd be getting the pitchfork out definitely for Ramazani. I don't know why he's not here. I don't know why he's not an option off the bench for us. When Harrison isn't, he's just not going to do anything. He might score a goal in every 10 games.
Well, that'd be a start. I'm not sure he'd do that either.
For Aronson as well, I still don't know what position he plays. He's not a number 10. He's not a winger. What position is he?
Aronson.
Aronson, yeah.
Well, we'd all know the answer. He's fucking not even a professional footballer. I'm pretty sure we could have picked somebody up from the Championship that was a good stroke 10 attacking player and who'd have done a lot better. He shouldn't be at the club, and we've all known that for many years. I think the thing about that, it's not the point whether you agree about Be-all or Ramazani or not. It's the point that Farker is like any football manager, like Bielsa was. Let's be honest, stubborn. He can't go, well, actually, we're going to have to change something up here. I think the thing about Strike, you're right. He could have got those blocks on those shots, and they could have gone out anywhere, but they're not. They're going in the back of the net. It's a bit like Darlow. I think you just get players who are unlucky, whose stuff comes off them and goes where it shouldn't. I think you just have to change it up sometimes and go. Ultimately, if Strike, any player, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, whatever, Aronson in particular, if they think they're starting, regardless of their performances, they think, well, I'm getting a starting berth regardless. At any level of football, that is really dangerous. Really dangerous, because they think, well, I'm doing okay. Manager likes me. He fancies me. I can be as shit as you want on the ball, but as long as I work hard, that is a really, really dangerous place to be. Particularly when you've got players sat on the bench that I would say are better than what's out there. I'd much rather go down this year. I mean, I'll be honest, I've not enjoyed this year at all. I think apart from the Everton game, and I'm trying to think of another game, even when we've won Wolves a bit, I've not enjoyed it. I think the Premier League's a different proposition to the Championship. The game's getting moved, and we talked about Friday night, 8:00, 12:30 against Spurs. I just think it's not enjoyable. And my mate said to me, it's because you're not winning, though. You want to watch your team. Of course you want to go watch your team win every week. But it's not that. There's something else about the Premier League I just don't like. And it's hard. It's a hard watch at the moment. And it's going to be a long season if we've got Aronson, Harrison, playing, wings every week.
The issue for me, I think, is the attack. And every time we get the ball in possession, we had how many? What was it? 19 shots against Burnley,
loads. 42 touches in their box or something. They had 4. I mean, the geezer scored a worldie, which you can't bank against. But
he was given a lot of space, though. I mean, but that was the only time that happened. But yeah, I think the issue is that we had Solomon and Dan James, right? That's that, and then Piru, and and that front three. There's threat, there's danger all over the park. Yeah. Every time you get the ball in the attack, you think, God, something could happen here.
Yeah, unpredictable. Yeah.
And you're willing Solomon to take the man on because he can beat him. You're willing. Strauch or whoever it is to put a long ball over the top behind the defence in for Dan James because he can outpace anybody. And you're willing everybody to find Piru, to feed Piru because he can finish. Do you feel that way about Harrison? No. Aronson? God, no. And then DCL, we've already figured out what he's all about. If you give him a chance in the air, he might do well. If you give him time on the ball, it's an absolute disaster. You're right. We should never have started talking about Leeds.
No, it's hard to do it because we're going to go down the same wormhole we've done plenty of times. It all goes back to the exact foundation of what we spoke about when we came up. I thought they did amazing in the first few weeks, months of the window where they brought in those solidity, your Be-all, your Longstaff, Stark, great. We needed a left back who could defend. Goodmanson, great. But they didn't do enough up top, and it was almost like scraping down the bargain bin at bargain booze at 9:30 on an evening, trying to get Okafor in, and then Pajao, and then Harry Wilson, and it just looked a bit desperate, and it smacks to me of not really thinking about what was going to happen beyond getting that solidity in the middle of the park, and who we were going to go. Who was realistic that we were going to get? I mean, Muniz and people like that. We're never going to come to Leeds. Why are we wasting our time? There's plenty of good footballers in the Championship or other parts of Europe that we could have gone after. We went after people who quite clearly were never going to come.
I still think we'll be all right. I still think we'll be...
maybe. I think there's a lot of shit down there, Barney.
14th, 15th, and I think it's got to a time where some teams have been down the plug hole for so long that they're finally going to get relegated. So, like teams like Wolves, I think West Ham are in big trouble. I think Forest are an absolute circus there at the moment. I think they could be in trouble as well, and that could be a saving grace that some clubs they're in a bit of a downward spiral. I do think the thing is, I think this squad's good enough, and I thought the squad was strong enough, but when you have like some key players out, I know it sounds pretty obvious, it all of a sudden looks a bit of a squad not quite strong enough. So when you've got one winger out, and we didn't bring that other winger in, what options have we got on the bench to come on and make that difference? And like I said in the previous pod, we don't have that je ne sais quoi in that.
Fucking hell, you have to get
Okafor is, but anyone else who is that player that can make that difference?
Yeah,
we've got a lot of workhorses, but not that player that can just do something special for us.
Yeah, we've got a match winner. We've got a Rafinha. There's nobody in the team. That's probably not investing in that top half of the pitch.
Yeah, as Roger said here, we've got a team of journeymen. Just 2 stars would give me faith for the future. And that's what we used to have.
We
had Rafinha and Phillips, who was a star at the time, and we sold both of them and brought in Aronson and Rasmus Christensen.
Who did Christensen?
Christensen, yeah.
No, fuck off.
He paired up with he's with Robin Koch, who was their captain, and Jesus I think Christ. They conceded 5. Was it 5?
Was it 5-1 in the end against Liverpool?
Yeah, but he scored.
Oh, great! Yeah, brilliant. You've got to question the fucking. We've said this before. I've said it lots of times. Like strategy for buying players is just so poor. You look. Oh God, it's just poor. You want to be ignited by a player that comes in, and I think having those kind of journeymen. Longstaff's been great. We singing his praises 3 games ago in Newcastle, Everton.
Stark, Longstaff. I mean, they've made great signings, and they've made really good signings at a much higher rate than. Mr. Cocaine himself, Victor Orta.
Correct.
Allegedly.
You've got to have some pedigree around it. That's the thing. You can make those signings all you want, but you've got to have, Roger just said it, you've got to have 1 or 2 signings around it that light the place up. And ultimately, apart from Okafor, you could argue we haven't made one. And even Okafor, he's going to miss, I reckon he misses half a season.
Yeah, probably. He should be back next week, but ultimately, he'll probably miss half a season. Colin did say, great to have you back. Great to be back, Colin. Didn't Bielsa want Aronson? Yes, but then again, Bielsa wanted Tyler Roberts.
You like Tyler Roberts? He's fucking hell. They're all nuts. These managers are nuts, mate.
So very quickly, we'll just talk about West Ham and then whatever you want, and then we're out. Questionables: Ampadu, Strauch, Nonto, Okafor. Ampadu and Strauch believe have COVID or something like that, some illness, flu.
Oh, really?
Dan James, obviously he got some minutes as an emergency against Burnley. Should be able to get some more minutes, hopefully starting. Potential changes, I've put Harrison, Aronson and DCL. I think he will mix it up. I don't think he'll bring Beal back. at the back. But I think he might change even maybe the front three, or maybe just the wings, or maybe just Harrison.
Yeah, Barney, go on, mate.
I think he'll keep it the same, if I'm honest. But
I was going to say the same thing.
I think he'll keep it the same because structurally and attacking wise, we always play really well at home, and I think if we're in West Ham's faces straight away, and that's those players, some of those West Ham players they're shitting themselves. Some of those players are not kitted out to play for a team that's in a relegation fight. There's Bowen. Who else? I don't know. I don't think those players are. And coming to Ellen Road on Friday night as well, under the lights, all the cliches.
Crescencio, Somerville, Paqueta.
I mean,
all the double pinters.
Somerville on Monday looked good. He did look good, but I don't think he's a player that can change a game in the Premier League just yet. No way. So I think if you're
I do, and I wish we had him.
Well, I
wish we had Somerville and not Harrison.
Above Harrison.
Like we've started games before at home when we're in the team's faces straight away, really quick and aggressive. I think West Ham will crumble, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've got a bad feeling. I've got a bad feeling about tomorrow. Maybe it's just me, but I just think West Ham are eventually going to turn it around. Nuno is a good manager, and they do have excellent players, like Macca was alluding to, and we have been playing brilliantly, but for absolutely no reward. And he'll have to change it up because we haven't got the results. So
they have probably individually good players, but as a team, I don't think they're a good team.
Yeah, I think there's a problem there. I think mentality and kind of application looked poor on the other night. Sometimes it's just one of those games. I think they'll play better away from home. I think there's a pressure in that ground that you've described that ground already, Barney. I think they'll be better tomorrow.
I mean, we actually own that ground. That's one of the other things why I hate West Ham. The taxpayer pay for that ground. They only pay $12 grand a year or something.
Yeah, they got a sweet deal, didn't they?
Ridiculous.
Shit. I would pay fucking 12 quid a year for that shit.
They don't pay for stadium staff, nothing. So they're laughing.
They did a good deal, but the club's gone downhill since that. I mean, I'm a big believer in the Berlin ground. Upton Park was unbelievable ground to watch games in.
Atmosphere right on top of the
atmosphere,
pitch,
unbelievable, right next to the pitch. Really vociferous, really partisan. You went there as a Leeds fan, it was nuts, mate. And to get rid of that, you sell your soul away. It's a bit like we were talking about stadium expansions, and might come on to that before we finish. But just keep the soul of that stadium and that. You can't make a place a fortress that doesn't have the right minerals or nutrients to do it, and they've definitely sold the soul for that. I just think with West Ham, I mean, touching on it really quickly, I do think they'll be better away from home without the pressure. Their away fans are great anyway, and without that kind of, however many people sit at that stadium, 50,000 or whatever it is, no noise, no atmosphere whatsoever. They'll probably play better. They've got Bowen, Somerville, they've got Paqueta, they've got some great players. Callum Wilson. I know there's a lot that are unfit. Fulkrug. You look through the team and you think, there's some decent players in there. I'd swap half a dozen of ours for theirs, to be fair, but it's all about how we turn up. Barney said it. You need to mix it up. I think Pinot should be on the pitch. I'm not saying against Calvert-Lewin, possibly with, but them wings have got to change. I mean, hopefully a few people come back in. James, possibly Okafor. I'm not pitchforks out for Struijk, but I just think I'd love to see Beale get a run out and just see whether he can. He might be that. What's he called? The Swedish kid who played for us. Comes in and makes a big difference, and he's a bit of a leader at the back.
He might be the be all and end. What is it?
Be all and end all.
Be all and end all. Yeah, well done, mate.
Be all and end all.
Well done, Barnes.
He's fucking right proud of himself. Look at him. He's like a dog that's just brought a fucking a cat that's just brought a frog in or something. He's right proud of himself, isn't he? Well done, Barnes.
Like, I'm going to tweet that to get some likes.
He got fucking raison d'etre. He got raison d'etre again, and now he's come up with be all and end all. Amazing.
Colin's been our little spy, just to sort of wrap up West Ham. So Colin has been watching Bielsa paid £250,000 to watch a training session once.
Yeah, get Colin in there.
Yeah, Stripe was on the training video showed by the club today, but the cameraman focused on Be-All. Harry Gray was also in the group, and Colin concludes that he thinks Dan James will start. So a mixed bag from the scouting report from Colin. It was brilliant. And Rogers, it would be Leeds' bad luck, either Bowen or Somerville scoring against Leeds, or both. Somerville is a one-trip pony. Was that intentional? Was it one-trick pony, one-trip pony? I like that. Cut in, low curling drill, bottom right-hand corner.
Oh, yeah, he might mean he's a one-trip pony and he's going to get a penalty.
I feel like the chat should be doing the pod and we should be watching the chat.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. Maybe we can learn that.
Okay, and any more?
No, that's
anything else you want to talk about?
No.
What were we going to talk about? It was something I was going to say then.
I did an asbestos course today.
Did you?
Oh,
that was interesting.
Lord.
Have you got cancer?
No, that was interesting. Though.
It's not interesting. I do them all week, mate, and they're the least interesting course that we deliver.
I'll tell you what, after that, though, I did a CDM course. Christ on a bike.
Central defensive midfielder?
No, it's construction design management.
Oh, wow.
Sounds interesting, mate.
Yeah, when you're like, I was like literally a kid at school, and when you keep moving because you don't want to fall asleep.
Yeah. Massaging your those little nodules there that go to your heart to keep you awake.
Oh, honestly, I was there. So I'm a bit tired.
I can't believe you found asbestos interesting. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's everywhere though, isn't it? Everywhere.
Do you know what you do though? What you do when you do an asbestos course is you think, "Am I not dead?" Because we used to take fireplaces out. I've done when my father-in-law, God rest his soul, passed away. He had a shed in his thing, which was basically all asbestos, and we just took it down with no masks on, no precaution, no control. So people talk about it. So you get one particle on your lungs, you're done. Whether it's in 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, it'll catch up with you. I'm thinking, am I still here? Because
really,
yeah, anyway.
One particle.
Oh yeah, it's
limited amount of particles on your lungs. You're done. Yeah,
it's
finished.
Proper fucked. Yeah.
Well, that doesn't sound right.
The thing is that
one particle and you're done. You're finished. It's over.
It takes about 30 years or so before you know you got it.
Oh, asbestos. It's a slow killer, mate. Yeah, I mean, the thing about asbestos is in Armley, where they had the asbestos factory, the kids used to treat it like snow. They used to go out in the street and run about in it and all that. So you used to get all them cases like many years later.
Yeah. So what's that film with the dwarfs?
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. So you know all the snow.
You can tell he's done the court.
That's the asbestos going on down on people.
Willy Wonka with the
That's actually asbestos, real asbestos.
Is it?
They use asbestos for snow.
Back in the day?
Back in the day, yeah.
Back in the day, yeah.
Bloody hell.
Well, back in the day. Before our time, but yeah.
Back in my day, I walked through...
Before the world turned woke.
Walked through 10 miles of fake snow asbestos.
Didn't harm me.
Coughing blood up in your 60s, yeah, whatever.
Oh, brilliant. I think that's it. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. That is it.
Let's call it predictions.
Oh, yeah. Let's go predictions.
Oh, predictions. Oh, in Bramley, they played outside in asbestos like snow. You're trying to dox me, Roger?
In your street. Adonis.
Oh, my other thing. The Smokehouse in Adel. If you've never watched American football before, I implore you to give it a go. Give it a good go. Give it a go.
Bye. See you later. Bye.
Get over the accents. It's a very interesting game, and there's more to it. The more you look into it, it's the depth. It's got depth. This game. Brilliant game. And the Niners. I've been Niners fan for 25 years.
For about three and a half years.
And it's just they're just amazing. They're like us. They had a lot of success in the 80s. Sort of had a dynasty. Obviously for us it was the 60s and 70s. And then they won a championship in the 90s, and then nothing for years. Just heartbreak and lots of injuries. But yeah, there's a watch party at the Smokehouse in Adel. So if you want to come down, watch some NFL, give it a go. That's it. That's me. That's me done. Macca, he's gone. He's left. Is it? We were wrapping it up.
He's getting his clubs out, isn't he?
Barney, you got any last thoughts? Final thoughts? I prediction.
We're going to win. We're going to win tomorrow. 2-0.
2-0.
2-0.
2-0 Bards. What do you think, chat? Give us a... By the way, thank you for the 286 people we have watching
Really? We've got nothing better to do.
On Twitter.
I suppose the one show's finished now, hasn't it?
The one show. I've never
and actually, I don't think Alex was on tonight.
Oh, this is the person that you're in love with, isn't it? Very nice. I'm just stalling here.
There's some big news today as well.
Yeah.
Tess Daly and Claudia Winkleman have left. Are going to be leaving Strictly at the end of this season, which is some big news in the celebrity world.
Right. I've seen it. I don't know any of those people, and I've never watched Strictly. All I know is it's about dancing, isn't it?
Claudia's
Claudia Winkleman.
Claudia Winkleman from Traitors.
Oh, I know Claudia Winkleman.
Yeah.
Who was the other person? Sorry, I just switched off as soon.
Tess Daly.
No. The track athlete?
No.
Who was that?
That's Tessa Daly. And yeah.
So Tess Daly and Tessa Daly are different people.
Tess Daly is married to Vernon Kay.
Yeah.
Macca, you've missed a lot here. We're just talking about the difference between
the
Tess
big news in the
Daly
world
and Tessa Daly.
Tess Daly and
talking about American football. I went for a shit, so started talking about American football.
That was a quick one.
Shit, that was a quick one.
I have some, as you know, Barney. Being a foodie, I've got some Italian pork roasting in me.
Right. I was going to say, it must have not touched the sides.
Well, 10 minutes, and nobody's going to get it, and I thought, I don't want to ruin it, so I had to dash. Sorry. So yeah, Tess Daly, Vernon Kay, Strictly Come Dancing, all that. Yeah, I know her. Tessa Daly, less familiar.
I thought you were going to vomit then. So yeah, Tess Daly.
I don't like skinny blondes. Sorry.
You're right, is he, Mac? So Barney has predicted 2-0 to the Mighty Whites. Greatest team in the world. Big Mac?
3-1 Leeds. I've been trying to bet with my... predict with my heart, not my head, not my heart.
Mm.
So I do think it'll be harder than that. But I'm going to go... 3-1 Leeds.
I feel like we're going to lose, but I'm not going to predict that we're going to lose because I can't do that.
I do as well.
I do feel like we are going to lose, though.
I do. I do. Fucking hate it. I hate this division. Fucking get us back in Championship. Get us back where we win all those games at home and Pirro scores 20 goals and it's great. I love it.
But don't you like a bit of jeopardy now, though? Like last season, it was like
enjoyable jeopardy, though. When it was Bielsa, it was enjoyable jeopardy. It's not anymore, is it? It's like you say, it's pragmatic jeopardy where we get beat 2-0 by a shit team from the northwest of England who fucking pretty much a Championship team. They've not spent any money, and that's bollocks. That that's shit.
That's the issue, isn't it? That's why everyone's feeling bad. It's not just because of Aronson and Harrison, although that is a big problem.
Big part of it, yeah.
A fucking massive part of it. But it's the fact that it was Burnley. And
shit. Well, surely in that great, they said 10 wins, didn't they? Which probably suggests you're going to try and draw 6 7. That's definitely a game that's been marked down as a win.
Yeah.
Away or at home. In the great scheme of things, if you look at where we're at on par at the moment, that's a definite 3 points, at least a point, but definitely I would say 3 points gone.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look at the next 4, right? West Ham, Brighton, Forest, Villa. After that, the fixtures get really, really tricky. You know, you've got Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Brentford away.
Easy.
Tough. Palace, FA Cup
have
winners.
gone. Liverpool have gone. They've lost
Sunderland away.
Yeah.
Really difficult game. And then Liverpool away, and then Scum, and then Newcastle away. So you're talking, it's not until probably the 17th of January where we've got a game at home against Fulham where you think, yeah, that's the next sort of must win. So these next 4 fixtures, they're absolutely season defining because you can write off most of those games in the crunch period. They're free hits, but they're not bankers. So yeah,
well,
it's absolutely massive,
they're only free hits if you beat Bournemouth at home.
That's right.
Draw with Fulham away. You get something at Burnley. They're not free hits anymore.
Forest,
knowing us, we'll beat Forest and Villa and Man City and Liverpool. We'll be on this podcast, glorifying how wrong we were. But
so I'm going to go 3-2 Leeds, and Strauch is last minute winner, and we'll just wrap it up then. Colin, because he's had so much shit, and I like him. Or Stack as well. If Stack scores, I'll be on the pitch. So Colin Brooks 2-0. DCL and Stack.
Fucking hell, why are you a fucking abseiler?
I won't be on the pitch.
SAS man.
Villa have just lost in the Colin again with the. He's our scout. Villa lost in the Europa League. Colin, you can come and fill in for stats if you want. 2-1 Leeds win, says Liam. Married to Vernon Kay. No, that's not important. Buendia missed a penalty. Draw or lose, anything else will be a bonus. That's it. That's your lot. We'll see you next week.
Come on, Leeds!